let's see. Oh, it wants to update. Well, sure. Why wouldn't it want to update right now? Later. I'm just going to do it later. Can't make me. Okay, so let's see. What am I doing? I'm building a to-do app, but it's centered on ADHD stuff. So I saw a TikTok video a little while back, and they basically formulated like a special ADHD specific to-do list that that is supposed to be helpful for people with ADHD. See how hard it is for me to even just like carry a thought through and actually say it all at once. I've got too many things going on at once. Anyway, so I wanted to start off and kind of just build that to-do list as just like a very simple React app, and we'll just kind of go from there. This is not even close to my first React app, but I figured it would be a good first place to kind of do some streaming. It's simple, it's low risk, it's low what's it? It's low risk, so I'm not too worried about whether or not I'm going to be able to complete it. So I guess let's dive in. Let's see. So I think the first thing that I want to do. Let me see. Actually, I'm going to want here. No. Too much information shared with the world. So let's see. Let's do this. Okay, so I don't even have anything pulled up on localhost yet. So let's just start the app and make sure that because I ran create React app. Let's see if it actually created said React app. Let's just see if it starts. Hey, it works. All right. So I'm gonna do something here. I'm just gonna reorganize these screens. Yeah. Okay, so we have our app, which contains basically the entirety of that page. Is that right? Learn React. Da, da, da. Yeah, so I should be able to just blow this all away and just say, yo. All right. There it is. All right, right there, top center. All right. The least exciting React app ever. Let's do this. Let's create a. Let's just create a list of so the way that it's going to work, we're going to have two small items and then a big item, and then two small items and a big item, and then like a really big item at the bottom. And so it's going to be, it's like two mini bosses and then like a big boss. And so this is a way to kind of like organize to-dos so you can kind of ramp up to doing the big one. And of course, this is assuming that ADHD is your primary problem, and you don't have other issues like some sort of other health related issues or something where you only have so many spoons, and so then it's like, can you even get through the to-do list? I'm not going to go down that road right now. We're going to keep it simple. So let's create a folder called components. And it's under components. Let's create a folder, and we'll call this one to do. And so each to-do item is just going to be some to-do item. Like none of them are going to be particularly interesting until we actually get a little deeper into the app. But I know that we want to have at least a to-do item. We may need to come up with some sort of a boss level concern or something. Haven't gotten there yet. So let's do this. Is this how I want to do it? Index. Just cannot type tonight. So I'm just building it in JavaScript. I could have done TypeScript probably, but I'm just not feeling like focusing on that right now. So I will definitely do a TypeScript project in the future. Something that will require more interesting types than just a basic to-do list. Okay, so our to-do item. So export default function to-do item. Let's format that so it's not angry. And we're just gonna bring in. Let me see. We want to be able to do two things, right? We want to know item name and set completed, right? And that should be enough. We could actually just work from there. So here's our to-do item. Let's create. Sure. No. I was happy with the span, but I really want to actually have input type equals checkbox on change set completed. That looks great. All right, and let's. I'm just gonna throw one right here for now. And oh, you know what? Item name completed. And set completed, right? Because we want to know that it's, there we go. Sure. That's fine. Okay, Copilot, we'll trust you on that change. Okay. So let's say import to-do item from to-do item, and this will be our to-do item. And false, set completed. And let's do this one other thing here. So let's see, we want let's see. I'm just going to do, this is just going to be something silly right now. So I'm going to treat this as just, no, that's not what I wanted at all. That's what I wanted. Okay, so set completed is set completed. Completed is completed. So this one thing should work. Now, if I go back over here, sample task, it doesn't work. Super unhappy. Okay, so we have the item name coming in. That's happy. Set completed. False. There we go. Okay. I just didn't save. Let's turn on autosave so I don't have that happen again, huh? Settings. Is it? Yeah, it should be under settings. And then autosave. After delay. That's not what I wanted. After delay is fine. We'll just roll with that. Okay, so we have one sample task that, hooray. So, now that we have that, let's actually create our to-do list. All right. No, we want, it needs to be smarter than this. Let's call this to do. So we really want, no, not completed, false. We want to have one that and item 2. See, we'll call this level 1 and level 2 item, level 1 item 2, right? And then we can say level 1 mini boss. And level 2 item 1. No, why are you trying to? You're doing too much. Let's see. Oh, that was level 1. That's why. Level 2 item 2. Level 2 mini boss. And then to do boss. Okay. And now what we can do is we can actually have something fun like, we don't really need that. Let's do this. Let's see. So what I'm going to want, a single method that will update completed state for a to-do item. Referenced key. Right? And so I don't need a use state for that. So no. You're just hurting me. Nope. Still wrong. Let's create a function called set completed for item key, and completed. Right, let's make sure this is right. Key completed. That looks right. Okay, so now I should be able to do this instead. Right, uncomment this. Okay, so this now becomes sure. Yep, that looks good. And we want this to be, all right, let's see if that still works. Sample task. Click, click. Hooray. Okay. So I'm going to pause here. This is actually the layout for the to-do list form that was proposed. So it's not an infinite list that you can just fill forever. It's actually a static list of certain items, and you have regular items and a mini boss, and then the like big boss. And so you will always have these listed out. Now, I'm going to want to do things like, let's say maybe you only have 2 items in a mini boss and a big boss for the day. Then everything else that's left blank should be completed by default, I think. So I'm going to have to kind of, I'm going to have to explore that once we get there. Let's make sure, let's see. Chat room is quiet. Okay, so let's actually create to-do form. You know what I didn't do? Okay. Let's pull in the to-do form. Item goes away. Alrighty. Let's see here. So actually the to-do form can probably, let's go ahead and actually make the to-do form in charge of this, because the app level for right now, I don't know that it makes sense. We might be able to, oh, we are going to want that. But I don't think that we need to know how to set the completed state here. All we need to know is just the structure of this, which here. Nope, not set. Okay. Set to do items. Okay. Right, so now we know how to do that stuff. So we can update this. Great. And we're going to want that because then we can read it later. Because right down here, I'm just going to put a note for the moment. We are going to have a progress bar display here using the above state. There we go. All right, so why are you angry? Oh, yes, thank you. Okay. So now, to-do items, we have set to-do items. Okay, so it knows how to do that. Okay, so let's just make the list of stuff. To do item. Why are you angry? Let's try that again. To do items dot level 1 item 1 dot item name. Let's see here. What else do we want to have here? Completed. Equal to do items dot level 1 item 1 dot completed and set completed to item, and that'll be one item 1 and completed. Okay, so oh, you know why? I was like, why is it so angry at me? I know why. One parent element. Yes. Here, I'll just throw a div around it for now. No, stop. Oh, I thought that. I really hate it when Copilot puts something in and it looks like it's already been typed in there, but it's actually not. It kind of makes me crazy. Okay. So now okay, so there's our number 1. Here's level 2, item 2. No. Oh, level 1, item 2. Level 1, item 2. Another task. Huh. Is that marked as... Shouldn't be. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. Let's check on the chat room. Nobody here. Let's see. Okay. So I guess the next thing we want to do is have the boss. Item name to do items dot level 1. I should have kept it open. Boss. That's what we're working with. Okay. Level 1 mini boss. Item name. Completed. Hey, you've figured it out. Let's see. Hooray! Okay. So now we've got these tasks. We've got the form kind of vaguely hard-coded into place. So what's the next thing we want to do? We probably want to actually allow for entering items. So here's my thought. Let me see here. This is the mini boss. So I think that what I'm gonna have this do is display these. You can fill them in. All right, so let's see. Okay, so let me see. Let me make notes here. What about only display level 1 items and mini boss if no level 1 items are filled in. Display level 2 once level 1 is filled in. Always display new boss. Do we want to disallow attacking the mini boss until you've done the 2 smaller things? Maybe? Let's try it and see how much I hate it. Disable mini boss until all level items are complete. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to turn these into empty values. Now it should just be a bunch of, yep, there we go. So far it's looking pretty good. All right, so as we go along, the one thing that I really would like to consider doing is adding like a timer on these. So that way you can hit play and start the timer, and it'll run, and then it'll run until it either completes, at which point then it'll pop up a message saying time's up, or if you hit complete, then it immediately ends the timer. So that's kind of on my mind for the kind of the next thing, but first I just want to get through this. So so we'll do this fun thing. We won't display this until, let me see. Well, let's do this. Oops. There we go. Okay. And throw parentheses around that. And actually, you know what? Before I even do that, let's do this. Let's call this field set. Field set. Okay. And then let me see. Let's see if I can remember. Key. Oh. See, I can't remember. Oi, what is it called? Legend. It's been a minute. That's just really ugly to look at. Okay. So now we can do this. All right, because I should be able to just do that and have it be. Oops. Okay, so let's say to do items dot level one item one dot item name. Otherwise, nothing. Okay, so now, hooray, already looking better. Set set item name. Item. Cool. Let's see. So item key, item name. Here's the current state. Item key. That and this item name. Right. Okay. So now what we need to do item can no longer just be a span. This needs to be an input. Okay. So now we've got that. This is starting to get hard to read. Let's at least put that down on the next line. Set item name. Okay. Ooh. Should be level 2. Okay, so there's that. So we can now set item names. I wonder. Okay, so let's see here. Only display level 1 items. That is done. Once it's filled in, done. Always display to do boss, done. Disable mini boss unless all items are complete. Mini boss checkbox. Okay, and then let's do okay. Okay. Done, done, done. Hey, groovy. Okay, and we don't want to allow for checking off unless the item has name. And so we'll say enabled. Nope. Right, so these should all be disabled. Is there a case? I don't know. That might be best not worried about. All right, so now we have a little bit of enforcement on there. I mean, this is basically a working sketch. Like we could create a to-do list with this. It's not pretty. It's still missing a lot of functionality. But, you know. But things that I'd like to do. This is one of the places where we're not going to be able to do this. Actually, let's do this. Excuse me. Let's do this. Okay, so oops. tasks. Add settings to define timer duration. All right, so that's, I mean, just like the most basic, boring. Boy, nobody ever came to visit. Sad, dear. Next time. So that's kind of the most basic, boring setup that we can have. After that, then we can do add fun styles. Fun stuff. Add fun styles. Themes. This other customers. Question mark? I don't know. I haven't figured that out. I haven't figured out what life is going to look like once we get that far along. These are the things that I know, and I'm going to take this whole thing and throw it on my GitHub and make it public, so that way anybody that wants it can grab it and tinker with it, what have you, and that's fine. Yeah, I think that's about all I've got for this evening. So if anybody actually did join, thanks so much. I hadn't seen anybody in the chat, so I'm assuming probably not. But next time. Cheers.